Let's sing a song. Let's sing a song. Oh, man. All right. So, woo-hoo-hoo, let's listen to some music. Ooh. All right. So, du bist älter als das Licht, du bist unsichtbar gemacht, hast keine Hölle, kein Gesicht. Unschauerlich versteckst du dich seit Ewigkeit, schwarze Sonne. Du denkst ein, verfolgst den Geist, du erleuchtest mein Gemüt. Du verführst und du entweihst, du bist kalt und links verglüht. Und innerlich erhitzt du mich seit ewiglich, schwarze Sonne. Du liebkost mein schwarzes Herz, spendest Licht im Lebensbaum, du befreist mich von dem Schmerz. Und eigentlich erschreckst du mich auf ewiglich, schwarze Sonne. Du bist schneller als das Licht, du bist überall zugleich, du bist Vater, Mutter, Licht und auch nicht das Himmelreich. Doch ohne dich gibt es nicht auf ewiglich, schwarze Sonne. Du scheinst dunkler als die Nacht, du bist älter als das Licht, du bist unsichtbar gemacht, hast keine Hülle, kein Gesicht. Und schauerlich versteckst du dich seit ewiglich, schwarze Sonne. Du dringst ein, betäubst den Geist, du erleuchtest mein Gemüt, du verführst und du entweihst, du bist kalt und längst verglüht. Und innerlich erhitzt du mich seit ewiglich, schwarze Sonne. Du liebkost mein schwarzes Herz, spendest Licht im Lebensbaum, Du befreist mich von dem Schmerz. Und eigentlich erschreckst du mich auf ewig schwarzes. Du fliegst schneller als das Licht, du bist überall zugleich. Du bist Vater, Mutter nicht und auch nicht das Himmel. Doch ohne dich gibt es mich nicht auf ewig schwarzes.
How's it going, everyone? Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Did you hear that song? What a fucking good song, right? Just amazing. The band is called E Nomine, right? I guess they're playing on the priesthood, Catholic priesthood. Anyways, they're the better Rammstein. Okay, I'm sure you've heard of Rammstein, the band, or Rammstein, however you want to pronounce it. They're better than Rammstein. Yeah, incredible. All songs that they do are just fucking amazing. Okay, so welcome, man. I'm today I want to talk about the School of Adepts. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go through the curriculum. Yeah. It's I don't even know if we're gonna be able to cover the entire curriculum, right? But I'm gonna basically try to give you an idea of what is going to be covered there as the basic curriculum, which is not part of essentially how do I put it? So there obviously are additional things when it comes to the curriculum. Okay, so not just the curriculum, but there are many other things as well that are going to be part of this school. All right, so let's start talking about that. All right, so the first 4 months are going to cover the following things. Let me just open it. Let me open my PDF. Took me a fucking long time to put this shit together. All right. So. All right. So the first 3 months, we're going to cover the foundational structures of magic, part 1. The foundational structures of the psyche. The foundational structures of magic 2. The first formula of magic. The pentagram and its elements. Lesser banishing pentagram of the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram. The hexagram. The opening of the psychic senses. And the expansion of psychological institutions. Yeah. The first sigil. Abstract sigils. Sonic sigils. Different forms of charging the sigil. One of them is the death pose. One of them is, many others. The 4 stages of sigil magic. Foundations of rituals, ritual constructions, circular traditions, triangular traditions, hexagram rituals, astral magic, which is using the energies of the different planets in combination with the hexagram ritual. Right? We're going to cover the different planets in depth. We're going to talk about the robe, the magical robe. The second formula for magic, the IAO formula, planets, elements, ritual plans. We're going to specifically work with Mercury. Then mantra meditation techniques, different mudras and asanas, the different elements of the ritual, or the tools of the ritual, such as the censer, the magicals, the triangle, the hara, the chalice, the wand of the magician, the magical mirror, scrying mirrors. Scrying mirrors are not just used for scrying; they're also used for manipulation of reality and other people remotely. Okay. The sword, the chakras, the magical crown, the pentacle of John Dee, which is also called Sigillum Dei Amet, okay, the magical altar. And this is the first 3 months, right? Sorry, first 4 months. Now, the practical exercises I'm going to go into now, the practical exercises for the first 4 months. So, working with your own fears, Kabbalistic cross, lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, sigil magic, opening your psychic senses, dream work, Kabbalistic cross, paradigm shifts, dream work 2, symbol creation and symbol usage in ritual. Once again, paradigm shifts, pendulum, hexagram rituals, astral magic and meditation, mantra usage, tratak, omnial formula, astral magic again, astro magic, magical gazes. There are many others. Gaze projection. We're going to work with Pan. Pan is an entity, not very well known, but could turn your life into some crazy, interesting experience. Then we're going to do a lot of mirror magic. We're going to work with the scrying mirror a lot. Yeah. Then we're going to work with talismans and pendulums. Yeah. So those are the first 4 months. And now I'm going to go into the second 4 months. Okay. Second 4 months. The second 4 months, which are going to expand. So it's like Magic Mentor 2.0. No, my friend, it's something completely different. It's Magic Mentor was in terms of potential, power, and knowledge, 10%. This school is 100%. School is 100%. So, all right. So let's go into the second 4 months. Okay, second 4 months. Oh, oops. Second 4 months. Let me open this up. Jesus, I need to fucking organize my desktop. Give me 1 second. Where's that? There you go. Okay. There it is. Good. You ready? You ready for the second 4 months? Man, I'm going to blow you away with this. Jesus. This is really crazy stuff. All right. Good. Money magic. Mudras, gestures, God forms. Opening of the veil, closing of the veil. Assumption of God forms. Assumption of the God form of Horus. Assumption of the God form of Harpocrates. Assumption of the god form of Osiris. Magic and the Bible. Magic and the Bible, very important. We got, as practical exercises there, we got money magic training, and mudras that are also connected to the money magic stuff. All right. Excuse me. So, next. The third formula of magic. How to incarnate the magical will. Aleister Crowley and the Pan gesture. The god form of Horus, Osiris, and the resurrection of those. Then we cover the magical will and Thelema, which is Crowley's principle. Probably heard of it. Then finger gestures, sonic mudras, charging of mudras, structure of hand mudras, planet and element mudras, chakra mudras, body postures. We're going to talk about the the throat. We're going to talk about the chest. We're going to talk about the, these are like gestures that you would learn in the Freemasonic orders, right? If they're charged correctly, they can really help you with your magical work. And we're going to talk about the layman. We're going to talk about the magical ring. We're going to talk about magic in the Bible again. You're going to get additional, literature, practical sigil magic. Then we're going to talk about, expanding your magical perception, mudra training. What's next? All right. We're going to go into tools again. The lamp. What is the lamp in magical ritual? What does that mean? Hebrew. We're going to learn a little bit of Hebrew. We're going to learn a little bit of gematria. Excuse me. Then we're going to cover the tree of life. Then we're going to talk about the emanations of God and the tree of life in general. All right. So I'm going to take a quick break, guys. A very quick break. I'm going to be right back. Okay. I'm going to play a little song for you while I'm doing so. Okay. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Muertos diabolos, negeos necacangelos. Der Fürst der Finsternis. Ich bin der Abgrund, das Chaos. Mein Name ist Lucifer. Ich bin der Erdgeist. Der Herr der Finsternis. Ich komme aus dem Reich des Bösen. Nur jedes Miteinander. das Böse. Ich bin der Abgrund, die Entwürdigung, das Chaos. Abgefallen von Gott bin ich der Versucher. Ich bin der Antichrist. Mein Name ist Lucifer.
All right. All right, I'm back. Good, let's continue with that. Yeah? All right. Let's see. Still on? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue. We're still on month 8, all right? Or rather, the second 4 months, all right? We're still on that. Second 4 months. Tree of life. We're going to go into the tensions and the emanations. We're going to talk about the the relationship between Kether and Malkuth. Once again, we're going to have to work with the mirror, you know? And then intensely and in depth, it's going to be magic and yoga. How are they related? And how do you use yoga to enhance your magical practice? Different forms of trance. Yeah. When we go into ceremonial magic, there are many different ways of how you induce a trance. All right. Many different ways. Right. And you have to know all of them. Why? Because different types of results and different types of rituals require different types of trances. It's not always the same trance that is necessary. Okay. So let's go further. Once again, the tree of life. Okay. The Kabbalah is going to be a big topic here. Yeah. Good. Next. Moon magic. Yeah. Moon magic in the classical disciplines, then a hymn to Luna. Basically, we're going to work with the goddess of the moon. We're going to work with Hecate. All right. Hecate is also connected to moon energies, right? Then we're going to talk about karma in general. And with all of that, you're going to get basically my own personal experiences and how they relate to the topic. Yeah. So you don't have to make the same mistakes then. Yeah. Good. Then let's continue. We're going to talk about the different theoretical models that explain magic. Why are they important? Because depending on what ritual you do and depending on what results you want with your magic, different types of models work better or worse. You know, talismans, very big. Talismans, amulets, and fetishes. Yeah, fetishes are not just something that has to do with like sexual kinks or whatever. Fetishes are something that you would use. Like, let's say in a voodoo tradition, there are many different objects that you could consider a fetish. Yeah. Yeah, construction of talismans, amulets, and all of that stuff, right? Then we're going to go back into magical mirrors. Invisibility spells. How to actually create invisibility spells. Just a tip: stopping thoughts is part of becoming invisible. Has a lot to do with your cloaking. Yeah. Next, shamanism. Shamanism is very different from magic, but it also has a lot of things in common with it. So you're gonna become initiated into a shamanic tradition, and we're gonna talk about the mesa. This is, we're gonna talk about the examples of Santeria, of course. Then different types of initiations. How do you recognize initiates? And then we're going to talk about chaos magic. You're going to get a nice introduction into chaos magic. um, whew, bro, this is so much. Sex magic, yeah. Atavistic magic, which is essentially the work with animalistic forces. All right. So how do you work with different animal powers? Yeah. Okay. Then let's see. Bro, what is this? Fuck. Cyber magic. Okay. Kyber magic actually is probably a better way to describe it. Kyber magic. We're gonna do an exercitium. I don't know the exact English pronunciation of that word, but in Latin it's an exercitorium. Okay. Exercitorium means it's essentially it's a certain regiment where you do a specific amount of exercises for a specific topic. That's important for you to really bring an energy into your body. We're going to do that with cyber magic. We're going to do it with different planetary energies. We're going to do that with, yeah, a couple of other things too, right? Then it's about, kyber magic itself is very powerful. I covered that briefly in one of my emails, but not in depth. We're going to do that in depth. Kyber magic is essentially how do you extract information from another astral body and make it your own. So essentially, how do you pull energy out of another body? Then we're going to cover. One second. Yeah, different magical orders and secret societies. Okay, so we're definitely going to work with or talk about the Freemasons. We're going to talk about how to access and use the force field of all of those secret societies. Yeah, because you can essentially work with the egregore of those entity of those orders without being a member of them. Yeah, you can gain information and even influence them. Then we're gonna do folk magic. Yeah, folk magic. Uh, that's a lot as well. Uh, yeah, and then practical exercises. Jesus, so many. This is a lot of stuff, bro. But I mean, it's gonna be intense, but you're gonna be a monster afterwards, for sure. A monster. That's what we're all after, aren't we? Let's become monsters together. Okay, so now the third 4 months. And with that, we're gonna conclude the year. Where is it? Three. There you go. All right. So the third 4 months start with a bang of demonic magic. Okay, we're going to start with demonic magic. Then we're going to go deeper into divination, different oracle types, different types of divination. Then we're going to go into the different types of magicians. Very important to understand what the different types of magicians are. We're going to continue a little bit more with magical orders. Then we're going to cover rune magic. We're going to talk about the meaning of the runes, how to use the runes, how to use the runes in a practical sense. Right? Then we're going to go into letter magic or word magic. It's another way of putting it. Exorcisms and spirit traps, possessions. We're gonna go into atavistic magic again, which is how to work with a totem. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but a totem is essentially the a group spirit in the form of an animal. Different oracles, okay? Eidetic oracles, vision oracles, spirit oracles, many others. Yeah. Um, witch cults. Yeah. Witch cults are such things such as Wicca, and others. We're going to cover all the different heathen holidays and why they are important and how you can use them. I got the question so many times, like, Frank, what are you doing with, you know, what is it? Freaking, you know, December 22nd. I mean, essentially, what we're going to cover is many different of those holidays. Okay, 20 September 21st, June 21st, August 1st, um, December 22nd, November 1st, and many others. Okay, and what are they there for, and how can they help you? Good Friday, what is that for? Right? Ritual weapons, different Wicca spells, and how their magic actually works. Oracle types, we already covered that. Numerology, right? Numerology for divination. Then doll magic, okay. A good example is, of course, the voodoo doll, right? Another word would be, yeah, I think that works. Okay, doll magic is very important. We're going to continue with other magical orders. Magic of the 19th century, then we're going to cover the Golden Dawn, text oracles, binary oracles. We're going to continue with demonic evocation, temple construction, and this temple construction is not just something that you would do in your home. It would be something if you have a separate place where you can create one, right? Tatwa travels. Okay, tatwas, what are they? Then we're going to cover the magic of ancient Egypt and ancient Greece. We're going to go back into elemental magic. Then we're going to do an exercitium with demons. All right. So how do you work with demons in a classical sense? You would do multiple invocations in the morning, afternoon, as well as nighttime, and you do that for a couple weeks until the demon can be evoked. Now, we'll see if we ever even can cover that, because time is of the essence there, right? We want to finish it in 1 year. So, and I guess you can see that this is going to be a lot. We're going to go into dream oracles, public oracles, omen interpretation, dream magic, magical orders again, experimental magic, dream magic, and sleep magic is going to be very important. Solar magic, holy guardian angel, and how to access him, right? I'm going to break down this whole Abramelin operation into something that you can finish in a month, not 6 months. And you don't need to stop your daily life. We live in the 21st century. We don't have to do that shit anymore. Stalen magic, what that is, you're going to learn. Solar magic, already said that. And then we're going to go into magical warfare. How do you recognize magical attacks? How do you use psychological terror, micro magic, magic and drugs, computer and magic, magic and nuclear physics, and some other stuff that I'm not going to mention here, only for people that are going to be signed up for that. Okay, so in the following, I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail about all those different things. Okay, but are there any questions so far? Any comments? Let me just go through the comments here. Um, new dating. New dating. Oh, that's spam. Okay, got it. Right. Very rewarding challenges ahead. Absolutely. Moon magic sounds interesting. Mhm. Yeah, they're all very interesting. Believe me. Sounds like what? Hold on. What is the difference between what is considered a fetish and a talisman? The construction is different. The construction and what goes into it. With a fetish is usually something that symbolizes some other person, and it's going to be hard to. Uh, a fetish usually has some material of the person that is represented there. So hair, you know, nails or something like that. What is the difference between what is considered? Okay, I got that. Sounds like what an L. Ron Hubbard attempted to do, but on steroids. Free the being completely. Tools for limitlessness. Whoa, that's a yeah. I mean, it's a big claim, but we'll see. We'll see. Have you tried fresh juice, warm water, honey, and hint of cayenne pepper for your throat, or a spoon of honey cayenne pepper? I actually don't have problems with my throat just right now. I swallowed my saliva, if you know what I mean. So I don't usually have problems with my throat. When will the approximate start date of this for a person that is accepted? Very soon. We're going to start within the next 2 weeks. Yeah. So it will be December, beginning of December. So very soon. Third millennium magic. That's what's up. Exactly. What does the lesser hexagram ritual do apart from the banished planetary energies? It doesn't banish planetary energies, it invokes them. It invokes the planetary energy. So you use the hexagram ritual to bring certain planetary or a specific planetary energy into you. That's what it's for. Hold on, I got a message there. Gonna answer that. Hopefully, it's related to what we're talking about here. All right. So, by the way, is this Chris P from Miami or is this Chris from Australia? Which Chris is this, or is it a whole different Chris? Chris number three. Australia. I see. All right. How many Chris's? All right. So let me go back into the curriculum and let's cover that in depth. What's up, boss? I'm late. YouTube sent me no notification. Okay. All right, no problem. Good. So first 3 months. Let me go into depth with all of that. Hmm. So many details, but I'm gonna give you like an overview. I think that's much better. Overview and understanding of why that is structured like the way it is. It's structured the way it is because I believe that there is a perfect way. And listen, I've been teaching for a while now, and I believe I understand now how this knowledge is digested best and how it has to be presented in order for the person to really work. So this is the perfect way and the best way. There's no better curriculum out there. You could go to any other order, any other like initiatic society. They don't understand how this stuff can be transferred best. So I created this curriculum in a way where it will be digested beautifully and turn the person into a magical powerhouse for sure. When you do things like this for a very long time, you develop your own processes on how to interact with the mind and how to use it and how to open your senses and all that stuff, right? And explaining how somebody else could do the same is not easy because everybody's mind works differently. However, I've been doing it long enough now where I believe I have found a process that works for everybody. And I can literally teach it to anyone, almost anyone, who will do the work, who will do the exercises, will become psychic, and will be able to do all of those things. I'm the only one when it comes to that. I'm not aware of anyone else. Usually it's always people that are naturally talented or the senses never open. I am able to open the senses for everyone. I just came out of a meditation session looking for answers and saw this. I was just about to start a fresh session of your previous Magic Mentor lessons. I see. My friend, come to the new school. Come to the new school. And that is really the best option I have for you. Come to the new school. Um, so, yeah, over the last couple of years, I figured out how to teach this stuff really well. Going through this journey of 1 year, uh, it's going to be very interesting. Now, there are different levels that you can apply for. One of those levels, hold on, let me just read it for you. If you haven't been on that page yet, the different levels are the following things. So the most basic level is the premium membership. So you get access to the complete library of Grail courses, all of them. You get an exact step-by-step guidance from beginner to adept, which is what we just covered. Access to weekly calls and bi-monthly seminars. So they're going to be every 2 months. There's going to be a new seminar with new topics. All of it there. Okay, so those seminars all by themselves alone would be way more expensive than what you're paying for this membership here. All right. You get exclusive access to a chat group on Telegram, full year training and mentoring in all occult arts, and you get a graduation diploma. Don't underestimate all of those things. That's a lot. So if you can only do this, do that because see, the chat is going to be a discussion room, and since it's not going to be on Facebook, everything can be discussed there. It's going to be on Telegram. There's no censorship there, so you can definitely discuss a lot of things there. And I'm going to be in the discussion as well. You can ask anything, and once a day or multiple times a day, I'm going to go in there and answer all the questions. So you're going to get your questions answered every day. No taboos. Okay, you can ask whatever it is what you want. Second level is Council of 30 membership. Why is it called Council of 30? Because it's limited to 30 people. Only 30 people maximum can enter this level. So once again, access to complete library of Grail courses, exact step-by-step guidance from beginner to adept, access to weekly calls and bi-monthly seminars, exclusive chat group on Telegram for members, full year training and mentoring in all occult arts, graduation diploma, access to online group rituals, access to group rituals done on your behalf. Yeah, everyone will have rituals done on their behalf. So you will have other members in there do the rituals for you that you need. Let's say you have a problem there. You post it in the group, I need this done. People come together and do it for you, yeah, including myself. Full access to never before revealed evocation secrets. That is a big deal. All right. So this level is for people that are dedicated to mastery. That's really what it is. Now the third level and the second level is both for people that are really dedicated and wanna really move forward with this. Yeah. But the third level is for the people that can also travel. If that makes sense. Okay. So let me break it down for you. We're gonna have in the third level, which is the Leaders of Light membership. See, leaders of light. Why did I call it leaders of light? Because what I'm trying to do is essentially the Grail of the Serpent is going to be more or less shut down, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to stop working on this stuff. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to recruit future leaders. And what does that mean, future leaders? We're working together. We're going to work together on the collective unconscious. We're going to create sort of like an astral order of master magicians, and we're going to push the world into the direction that we want and see fit. This is something that cannot be censored, cannot be destroyed, cannot be canceled. It's something that's going on the other side, and we'll push things into the direction that we want. That's why it's called leaders of light. And the people that are going to be on this level of leaders of light, we're going to meet in person. Now, what does that mean? Once again, you get access to the complete library of Grail courses, exact step-by-step guidance from beginner to adept, access to weekly calls and bi-monthly seminars, exclusive chat groups and Telegram for members, full year training, mentoring, and all occult arts, graduation diploma, access to online group rituals, access to group rituals done on your behalf, full access to never before revealed evocation secrets. And now, here's the thing, physical meetings and rituals with me. Yeah. I'm gonna rent out. This is gonna happen twice during this year. I'm gonna rent out. I'm not completely sure yet. It's probably gonna be a mansion or a castle. I'm gonna rent out a mansion or a castle where I'm gonna meet up with you guys, those that are at that level. We're gonna physically meet up. We're gonna spend the weekend together, and we're gonna do rituals there. And you're gonna learn from me in person. We're gonna do nothing else. I'm gonna lecture, and then we do rituals together. I'm gonna do lecture. We're gonna eat, and you know, do whatever is necessary there. Group meditations twice, maybe more, depends. But I'm planning on doing it twice. Yeah. Also depends on our schedules, obviously, right? Good. In-person initiation through globuli. Okay, a globuli is that's a technique where you charge essentially a sugar pill with occult power and insights and wisdom that you attained, and the student then in the power then is transferred. That's an initiation that's age old. The druids would do that, for instance. The druids would do that with their students, but it's also a tradition here in with the Brotherhood of Saturn and many others. This is one of the best ways to transfer the occult power into the other individual. So you pass on the flame essentially. That's going to be a part of that too. And you're going to get the membership in the astral temple of the leaders of light, which is essentially what I just mentioned. The leaders of light are those guys that are working on the collective unconscious, spearheaded by me, of course. Right? So this is the real deal, obviously, right? The physical meetups are most likely going to be in the United States. Why? Because most people that I teach are there. It's going to be most likely, I'm not completely sure. It's either going to be East or West Coast. I don't know yet. Right? Depends on where most people are located. If there are enough people in Europe, I'm also willing to do meetups in Europe, which is probably going to be. I would meet, or I would rent. I would rent out a mansion or a castle in the UK. That's where I would do that. Why? It's just easiest for English speakers, right? And this channel obviously has mainly English speakers on, right? And anyone who watches this channel is going to speak in English. So the compromise there is the UK. Okay, so if meetups happen in Europe, if we have more than 10 people, or not, say if we have more than 15 people signing up from Europe, we're going to also do meetups in Europe, because it's going to be easier for you guys than to fly to the US. Mind you, I mean, if I fly to New York, it's around 12 hours. If I fly to California, It's around 15 hours, you know. So, well, not 15. Let's say 14, 13, 14 hours. So it's a long ass flight, you know, and it's. Uh, I mean, it's. I have to do it. I definitely have to go there, but I can make it easier for you guys. All right. So those are different levels. Hold on, somebody's applying here. I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Castle. I'm looking for a better job right now. The place I work at now, my coworkers, I can't afford basic. Okay. Yeah, that's. I don't know what to say about that, man. I'm like, well, I would wish for everybody to be able to be there, but you have to. First of all, you have to make sure that everybody's serious, and if you invest, you're going to be serious about it. And number two, I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not just going to let everyone join. That's that's not okay. Not how it's supposed to happen. Frank, realistically speaking, how long do you believe it takes someone to build a multi-million-dollar empire? Do you believe it is possible for someone to achieve that in 5 to 6 years? Statistics say it takes the average person 12 to 14 years to become a millionaire from scratch. But I believe you can cut your learning curve if you if you're really dedicated and if you listen. But most people don't listen. Most people are um, stubborn, if that makes sense, and they don't even know that they're stubborn. I think the number one quality, if you ask me, the number one quality that makes you successful is the ability to question yourself. And most people are going to be like, "What, Frank? You question yourself? Like you're the most." Listen, I'm not arrogant. I'm just fucking confident, and I'm not confident when it comes to everything. But with the things that I talk about, I actually know my shit, and the reason why I speak very, very confidently about certain topics is because I understand them very, very well. And I don't have to rely on other people's opinions. Because compared to my opinion, in that specific area, everybody else's opinion, or let's say 99% of the population, has an amateur opinion. They have no fucking clue what the fuck they're talking about. So my opinion in this specific area is is valid, and that's where the confidence comes from. Don't ask me about sewing, okay? When it comes to sewing, I get become really, really uncomfortable. I become really my confidence leaves me because I don't understand sewing. Like, of course, I've done sewing and all that stuff, but I guarantee you, there are better people than me to talk to when it comes to sewing, right? Same with many other things. So I just know my comfort zone, or not my comfort zone, my circle of competence. And when I talk about my circle of competence. So you only see me talk about topics that I'm super competent in, and therefore the impression is Frank is a monster in all of life's circumstances. I am in all of life circumstances, but you know why? Because I know who to talk to, who is a monster in whatever specific topic I need handled. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything, but the things that I know, I fucking know. All right, boom. That's number one. Number two, most people cannot handle that they don't know everything, which is actually a overcompensation of an insecurity. If you don't know something, you have to understand what you don't know, which is not a problem. Nobody knows everything. You just have to know a person that knows what you don't know, and boom, problem solved. In fact, in business, you want to be stupid compared to your business partners. The people that you work with, they have to know or should know more than you. You need a general understanding of the system, and you need to be able to discern if it's good work or bad work. So you need to be a generalist. That's how you create systems that other people run for you. The problem is that most people think they have to know everything. And first of all, I said that it's impossible to know everything. But the problem is that most people are so invested with their ego that they can't admit that they don't know something, and they can't let other people into the project. Nobody gets shit done by themselves. Zero. You know, the people that want to do everything by themselves and on their own, they definitely don't become rich. Forget about it. Why? Because you need leverage. Leverage is the key. Leverage is the secret to a successful life in all its forms. Right. So I believe the main reason why most people never become wealthy, or you said a multi-million dollar empire, is actually arrogance. Most people are too arrogant and too uh, stubborn. I do believe that, truly. You know. So, and statistics are against that. You see what I mean? It's very unlikely for somebody to become a millionaire, especially if they start from scratch. Why is that? Remember the bell curve. It's very unlikely. It's extremely challenging. It's extremely, what's the word? Exhausting. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of energy. You know, you got to work your ass off for many, many years. I'm telling you, not just probably, I know that I did some permanent damage to my health during my journey. Absolutely. Yes. But I mean, I'm still breathing. I'm still okay, but it's not easy. Definitely not easy. While others were doing some bullshit, I was reading books. I was at work. People sleep, I work. It's still the case. Fuck, I like today. I slept 3 hours and got up and got back to work. That's it. I had a coffee, came back and had my first call. Actually, I started my first call while I was buying coffee. You know, so that's what it takes. 3 hours of sleep. I work again. I've been working since 10 a.m. and now it's almost 5 a.m. See what I mean? So who is willing to do that? Most people don't do that. You see, most people want to clock out after 8 hours. Oh, I worked 8 full hours. I worked 8 full hours. Well, 8 hours. 8 hours is nothing. 8 hours is nothing. You know. And how are you going to compete with people like me? And listen, I'm definitely not the person that works the most. There are people that work way harder. Plus, I also have leverage. I have leverage. I have other people helping me doing the work. So how are you going to compete with me if you want to sleep 8, 9 hours a day? Then you want to fuck around, talk about the bullshit. Then you want to have like lunch with your friends talking about bullshit. Most people are just consumers, man. You know, and they don't even work, bro. People don't know how to be productive. First of all, showing up to work is nothing. You did the bare minimum. Then you also got to be productive. Productive means you have a fucking list and you bang out the results. You bang out the results. You bang out the results. Just sitting there and doing fucking nothing is not work. But this is the mindset of an employee. An employee, and we get trained like that since childhood. You're trained to show up in school on time, and then you fucking sit there and you just spend your time there, and then you can go home. And then that kind of mindset transfers over into uh, being an employee, where you kind of like you're trained to show up at work, and you will get your paycheck whether work gets done or not. That's the truth, right? You get paid whether you did a good job or not, right? And there are all kinds of laws protecting all that stuff. If you're a business person, the only thing that matters is your results. So you got to bang shit out. You got to bring results. You got to bring results, bring results, bring results, and that's what you make money on. Now the upside is very very high, but the downside as well. So it's all self reliance. And most people are not built to do that, I believe. Most people are not performers. Most people are, um, um, what's the word? And, truth be told, you got to be a little bit crazy to do this. You know, I do believe that I'm not normal. I'm not wired normally, where I'm okay with a life like this. But I guarantee you that there's nobody who makes an unusual amount of money who's not wired like that, who doesn't do it like me. They might sell you bullshit of the lifestyle, blah blah blah. Instagram, this and that and the other. Yeah, they might be at those great locations and at the beach and whatever. But what they're doing is they're like, if they're actually legit, what they're doing is they're working at the beach. You see what I mean? So just don't buy into the dream that you will get extraordinary results without extraordinary effort. And in a lot of ways, that's beautiful because it's fair. If you don't deserve it, you're not going to get it. But if you do what it takes, you will do it. Like I said, if you can get mentored by a person that is like that, or like somebody who's extraordinary, and then watch what they do. Watch what they do. They're gonna be up like me right now. It's 4:51 a.m. I've been working since 10 a.m. Remember, I'm up since 10 a.m. Around 11, I was doing my first call while drinking coffee. My first coffee, waking up after 3 hours of sleep. Right. So, uh, what I'm trying to say is essentially this is normal for people who get extraordinary results. So, um, if you observe those people, they're going to be like up to like 4 or 5 a.m. They're going to sleep a little bit and then they're going to get up and do the same fucking thing again, you know? And they will be driven by something that is not normal, you know? I'm not saying this is normal. I'm not even saying this is good. I'm not even sure if it's good. I'm sure I did some damage to my body, but I wouldn't want it any other way. I don't know how normal people live. I really don't know. You know what would be really, really annoying to me? And here's the thing also, like, um, one of the problems that I always had in relationships was that my partners always wanted to be like this normal life. I get anxious when I don't work. I'm a I'm probably a workaholic. Let's be honest. Yeah, I am a workaholic. Like if I'm not working, I get anxious. If I sit somewhere like watch a movie, then go out for dinner and talk about bullshit, and I'm around all those fucking idiots that are not doing anything. They're just sitting there and like it's just annoying to me, you know. And I know that's probably not good. But I get anxious if I don't work. It's probably not healthy, but I'm gonna deal with that once I have time. I'm too busy working right now. So yeah. So Akira, to answer your question, those if you wanna make serious money, this is the psychological makeup that you need. Can it be learned? Um, I don't know. The skills definitely can be learned, but I don't know if you can learn the drive. That's the point. The drive has to be there, I believe. You have to be a little bit crazy. But then I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. All right. So next question. Yo, Frank, good to see you. And do you become more of a threat to religious demiurges as you gain more occult knowledge? I don't think it's about the knowledge; it's about your energy. How strong is your energy? That's really what it's about. Knowledge is nothing if it can't be applied. Is your body naturally able to function without sleep or built up over time? Less sleep, I mean. That's a good question. Um, you know, when I think back, my father was actually the same way. Now he's a little bit older. My father is 72. He will be 73 in January. And thinking back, he was the same way. He would sleep like 4 hours a night and then be up before everybody else. And then he would maybe take a nap 1 or 2 hours in the afternoon. And that, 2 hours is a little bit overstating it. But he would take a nap, maybe an hour. Yeah. And then he would work again, I guess. So I guess I got that from my dad, maybe. I don't know. Think about it. I mean, he for decades, like his whole life, he slept like 4 hours a night. I think I have it from him. Yeah, I guess, maybe. But I know that most people need like 8 hours. I guess. At least that's what they recommend, right? 8 hours of sleep. So, would you say drawing out angry emotions out of others can help charge sigils quicker for any purpose you want to achieve? Mm. Well, that depends if you can channel the emotion towards the outcome that you want. I'm not sure if that works. Depends on you. How do you deal with the energy? Can you direct it towards what it is that you want? That's what I would ask myself. Yeah. So try it out. Try it out. But this is like once again speculation. The energy is controlled by you, and you got to figure out how to access the energy within yourself. You know, and if it's external energy created by other people, I don't know to what extent that benefits your goals. I guess. Yeah. All right. Let me see if somebody signed up here in the meantime. Somebody sign up. Somebody sign up. Where's that? Zoom. Zoom is still open. Yeah. So guys, yeah, I actually have a new appointment here. That's good. Stephen Reyes. All right. Nice. Okay, Stephen Reyes just applied. All right, guys. I'm gonna have to post the link here for your application. I'm gonna go live again rather soon. Not today, but rather soon. So let me post the link here, guys. If you wanna, in order to apply, use this link. You don't want to miss out on it. Like I said, learn how to practice magic from the best in the best ever setup, and it's going to be your last opportunity to do so. Here's the link. Apply, and I highly, highly recommend that you do it. Cool. So, I mean, this castle that I mentioned is like for the meetups. It's going to be rented for the meetups. It's just not even that expensive. How much does it cost to rent a castle for a weekend? A couple grand, I don't know. But it's a great setup, I think. Let me check as you're saying that. Um, renting castle in UK. Hold on, UK. No, it's not good. England. Rent a castle. I have no fucking clue where that is. It's called Fernhill Castle in North Yorkshire. North Yorkshire. Well, I should probably pronounce it like that. North Yorkshire. We're gonna go. Let's go hunt and let's go fox hunting or something. Macduff Tower in Brensham, Angus. See availability. Yes, show me the availability, please. Yes, please. Pets. Well, that's like 705 pounds, which is around $900 per night. That's nothing. All right. Well, that's a. We're talking about the room here, though, right? We need the entire castle because one room is not going to be enough. So yeah, so it's going to be rented out, either a castle or a mansion. We'll find a way. Hopefully, the Airbnb host won't be at the castle. Yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. We need that. We need to be on the cover there. Yeah. Okay. If you haven't learned from Frank, I highly suggest you do so. I've been following his work for years, and he is the real deal. You can feel it in his overwhelming aura. Yes, sir. That's true. I heard that. That's what I heard the second time today. Absolutely, an overwhelming aura. Hey, Frank, what advice would you give someone who works two jobs and wants to start a business? Hmm, works two jobs and wants to start a business. Hmm, that is not easy. Work two jobs and start a business. You got to figure out one thing, or sorry, you got to figure out two things. You have two resources. You have your energy and time. If you have two jobs, you have little time, right? But if you have two jobs, you should have money, at least a little bit. So you got to figure out another income stream that will allow you to generate income without a lot of time. If you have 5K or something like that, or a little bit more, you can start investing in options trading. That would be something that you could do. A good app for that would be interactive brokers. I use it. I use interactive. This one, interactive brokers. That's what it looks like from the outside. I don't even know if you can see it. It's pretty cool. So you can start options trading a little bit. By the way, guys, if you want me to include um, like trading education into that as well, I can do it. It's a magical training, but we can also cover, of course, options trading. You know, I mean, we can put it in there too. So this would be a nice little income stream that you have. Okay, so and I don't know how much you make at your job, but I guess if you're working two jobs, it's probably going to be minimum wage. But and you can replace one of those jobs very easily, very fast with options trading, and then you have some free time, and then I don't know. Let's say right now you have two jobs, which will leave you with maybe 2 3 hours of free time a day before you are completely exhausted and have to fall down and sleep if you're a normal person, right? So I would use those 2 3 hours to study options trading and use a little bit of capital that I have, your savings. I would use that to create another income stream. Once that income stream replaces one job, you only have one job. So you have now much more time. And this additional time you now use to learn about e-commerce or something like that. What you have to look, bro, a business is about knowledge. That's what it is, bro. A business is knowledge. So if you don't understand technology, look, there's this guy, for instance, right now, a friend of mine from Holland, right? He wants to be a businessman so bad, but he just doesn't know. He just doesn't understand business. There's a difference between a business and being self-employed. Those are not the same thing. He doesn't understand business. So you have to, first of all, you have to learn what business actually means. How does it work? Can you read a balance sheet? If you can't read a balance sheet, you're not a businessman. Numbers are the language of business. Can you read a balance sheet? Do you know how to whatever? Do you understand the basics of marketing and sales? If you don't understand that, you're not a business. How would you be a businessman? If you don't know how to market your products, you're not a businessman. So the first thing that you have to do is you have to put information and knowledge into your head on that topic. If you have information and knowledge and know people, you don't even need money. You don't need money. I have a network of more than 200 millionaires and 1 billionaire that I know. Okay. Throughout the week, 90% of my calls are with those people. I don't even talk to other people. I just talk to those people. They're like all doing business. One of them is in London. He's worth 100 million. He just sold. Sorry, not sold, but he started a startup. Yeah, he's 45. He's already worth 100 million. Now he's doing a realistic attempt at becoming a billionaire. Right. Then there's another guy from the States. His brother just sold. Like the guy himself is a neurosurgeon. His brother just sold a company for 500 million. Yeah. Um, what's this guy's name? 1 second. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you his name. Mark Johnson here. Worth not. He has a 9-figure business, 8-figure income. So I'm just talking to people like that all the time. And you know what they think about? They're just about money all the time, man. They're about deals, make money, capital, this and that and the other, right? And as you do that, as you talk to those people all the time, there will be opportunities because everybody has the same mindset. How can I help you? How can I help you? This morning, after I had my first call, a little bit later, I had a call with a guy in Miami. He's also in the tech space. You know that tech companies always get the craziest valuations, right? So I'm going to meet up with him and see what comes out of that. So the point is, if you know things and you know people, you don't need anything else, bro. You don't even need money. Because the money just comes if you got a good deal. So, but how can you have a deal if you don't even understand how evaluation happens? Like, who here knew that technology companies, or can somebody tell me the two factors? There are actually two, maybe three. What are the two factors that make sure that technology companies are valued higher? They get crazy multiples versus any other company. Why is that? Does anybody know that? Why is that? Do you even know what the fuck I'm talking about right now? Do you know what a valuation is? Do you know what a multiple is? Do you know what an EBITDA is? No, probably not, right? So to answer your question, Adrian, this is business, my friend. This is business. Business is not I have a website, and business is not I have an Instagram profile and post pictures about my supplements and shit like that. That's baby shit. Real business is this, what I'm giving you right now. All right. So if I was you, I would do exactly what I just told you. Like, you have two jobs right now. You have maybe 2-3 hours a day where you can focus on learning about how to create income through options trading. You trade options until one of those jobs is replaced in terms of income. Now you have even more time. And then you start learning about serious business and you increase your contacts. So in your daily routine, you should have networking and studying. Study and networking. Those are the two things. You don't need money. If you know people, you have capital. But you need to understand things so that you see opportunities. You know, if you don't understand how things work, you can't see opportunities. And listen, for your first deal, you don't need any money because it's sweat equity. If you bring people together, you bring capital together with opportunity, You're in the good business. The essence of good business is being a good middleman. So you can make your first million just being the connection between capital and opportunity. So either they pay you a commission, which could be a couple $100,000, or you can get equity, which is rare. But even the commission is going to make you a lot of money, and then you take that commission and put it and turn it into equity, or you ask them to not pay you the commission but give you equity instead. Why would you need equity, or why would you want equity? Because that has growth potential if it's actually the business. You see. So learn about balance sheets, learn about business. What does that even fucking mean? Most people don't have a fucking clue what business is. Yeah. Business is leverage. You leverage people, you leverage companies, you leverage capital to make more. You know. So who here knows why technology companies are valued higher than others, generally speaking? It's because they're the ideal businesses. They have no inventory, crazy margins, and often they have networking effects, or actually always, almost always, networking effects and uh, scalability. You know, networking and scalability. Crazy margins, scalability, network effects. That's how you come up with a bigger valuation. You see, and the problem is if what I'm talking about right now sounds weird or not understandable to you, then you have no idea about business. I don't care about your website. That's all baby shit. Like, this skill is rare. You see, understanding business. What I'm talking about here. Very, very few people understand business well. Very few people can read a balance sheet and make connections, network, and all that stuff. Many people can build a website. Many people can do all kinds of things. That's not a rare skill anymore. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that to put anyone down. All I'm saying is essentially this is what you need to understand. You ask the question, I'm giving you the truth. Okay, so when you learn that, you'll be good. They nowadays can operate fully remotely. Tech companies, no physical offices needed, low expenses, can hire talent globally. Exactly. No inventory. Inventory is always a problem. You see, inventory is always a problem because it's overhead, fixed costs, and fixed costs need to be covered first, right, before you hit profits. So yeah, that's why tech companies are always a dream, or not always, but often. Right? Um, okay, so guys, let me post this link again. If you can, apply for it. Send your application in. You're going to be on an onboarding call. My team is going to talk to you, and we'll see if you're a good fit. Okay. That's really it. Plus subscription-based model and massive deal size in B2B software companies. Yeah. Yeah, I believe the subscription-based models are very good. It's because it's much easier to sell again and again and again to the same customer than it is to acquire new customers all the time. So yeah, subscriptions are usually much better. And I mean, subjectively speaking, the subscription, let's say a monthly subscription, there's less of a psychological barrier for the person to spend that type of money, or the business to spend that type of money than the full amount, right? Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, some traffic. Okay, good. So, yeah, guys, I'm going to talk to you soon, and make sure that you apply for all of that, okay?